Well, we're in the garden still. We're talking to Ken Block. Now, Ken is rally driver, race driver, stunt driver, and minicab driver, I gather, if one is to believe the latest TV showing.
Nowadays I'm actually more of a rallycross driver than a rally driver, and I really been enjoying that. We have a brand new race car with a partnership with Ford Performance. So me and Andreas Backerud are taking on the FIA World Rallycross Championship. It's going a little rough this year because we're developing a new race car, but that testing's going well and it's working out, and Andreas actually won the last round up in Norway. But you mentioned the taxi thing. Did a great piece with Top Gear, driving my Mustang, what we call the Unicorn, around London, and played it up as if I was a taxi driver for Mr. Matt LeBlanc, and we had a really good time making that piece, and I thought they did a really good job. Turned out really good.
Well, you've probably been out of the UK while there was a lot of comment on that. That went down really well. People are saying that's the highlight of the series so far.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. There was a bunch of silly press here in the UK when we were making that because someone thought we were trying to do donuts around the cenotaph, in which we were not anywhere near it. And my dad was a war veteran, and there's no way I would do anything to disrespect any sort of war veterans or memorial. So it was kind of disappointing to me that the media made something out of nothing, but that's the media nowadays. But I thought Top Gear did a great job with that piece, and I was really proud to be a part of that.
See, in terms of the British media, you have the double misfortune of being young and American, which makes you a fair target for certain elements of the British newspaper media.
Yeah, well, I think that they mostly leave me alone because I don't think they know what to make of me. I don't make any political statements or anything. But yeah, it was really kind of odd being involved with that. I think they really targeted more of Matt LeBlanc and Chris Evans for all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I think the news media is just trying to get clicks on the internet, and that's unfortunate. And the Top Gear has been a big target, and they know that people are real curious to see what happens with the whole series and everything. And I'm kind of out of that entire loop. I was just happy to come over and work with them. They're a great group of people to work with, and Matt's a friend of mine, so it was fun to do that piece with him.
You're back here at Goodwood. I know you've been here before. You've always enjoyed it before. You feature large on some of the videos here, and you've been having some fun this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. We have 2 cars of mine out here this weekend. The new Ford Focus RS rallycross car is on display over at the Ford booth, and then the car that I used to race rallycross with, the Ford Fiesta, we have here in the Gymkhana setup for it. It's straight actually from doing the Gymkhana video in Dubai last year. We haven't actually done anything with the car since then, so it's in the same trim, graphics, and everything from making that video. So I've been driving that up and down the hill for the last 3 days. So always enjoyable to come here, drive the race cars around with all this other awesome equipment, and be able to interact with drivers from all over the world and all sorts of different racing. So it's really very cool for me to come here and be a part of this.
Well, we're certainly glad to see you here. Come back each year if you can. Thank you, Ken Block.
Thank you for having me on.